Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit sun, square, opposition, inconjunct the natal moon. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve the sun, it can be about life, action, what you want, focus, attention, and all. And when you have this transit of the sun, making a square opposition inconjunct aspect to the natal moon, well, it may manifest in your life, your actions, what you want, what you're focusing on, what your attention is. Um, may have some conflict with the emotions. It could be that maybe in some case an emotional outburst, might put you in bed with someone and might prevent you forgetting what you want. The thing is, it can also be where your actions are really, what you want and what you need may also be in conflict at this time. And the thing about this is you might have more difficulty focusing, what your, as far as your emotional needs at this time, and it might be where you're dominated by some other activity or interest at this time. It can be in some cases where the biological father or children or some dominant male figure may have a negative or adverse effect on your feelings. Uh, if it's in Scorpio, say the natal moon, it might be like an out something with one of those people that I mentioned. It might have some effect on very intense emotional reaction, or cause some kind of convoluted emotions or feelings of jealousy, bitterness, or what have you. This is also, I mean, the moon is connected with our reactions and responses. So this could be a time where we might have, some ambivalence as to whether to act or react, whether you take the course of action yourself or whether you respond to a situation. It might be a situation. I mean, the moon is also connected with our unconscious and our subconscious. So this could also be a time too where, I mean, what you may consciously be what may be conscious to you and what you're cognizant of, aware of may be a lot different than what is going on as far as what you may need, on an unconscious level or a subconscious level. Say if you have, Aries, if it's Aries and Libra, and the transit sun is in Aries, and might be wanting to confront or combat or want confrontation, or on a conscious level, you may be very well aware of that, but on an unconscious level, being Libra, you might be more of a need for peace, tranquility, and harmony. And the thing about this too is the moon is also connected with the mother, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life scheme. So it might be, your actions may not be, something, it might be something where it might conflict with one of these people that I stated. It can be something about your life. There may not be, harmony with the way maybe you're living your life, in contrast to what these people want out of you, people that are, again, prominent women in your life scheme, the mother. It could just be family members in general. And this also, the moon is about your family as well. And it might be a situation where things that you want, you have to do, may somehow conflict. It could be with time that you may spend with your family in some cases. um, Wanting to shine, areas you want to shine in your life, and it might, and there may be some conflict between that and what the family and family activities at this time. The things that you're focusing on may conflict with your family, or may be greater difficulty in being able to focus and put your attention on your home and your family life at this time. I mean, if you're talking about the sun being in the 10th house and or Capricorn, it could be due to your career, business related matters, ambitions. Now, anatomically speaking, the moon is connected with the chest, the breast, the stomach, water retention. So it's a time where, I mean, because you're talking about the sun being associated with the physical body, that you have to be careful at this time, because sometimes this can manifest in physical related matters, and especially if the aspect is inconjunct, because an inconjuncts in astrology can often be about health related issues. And the thing about this is, if it's some say that you have Aquarius involved in this aspect. I mean, if the sun is in Aquarius, it might be some issue where maybe there's, and you're talking about it making the inconjunct aspect to the natal moon. Well, maybe there's something, with the chest that might be like an erratic or sporadic pain, or some nerve related issue that may transpire at this time. And the thing about this too is that the moon is also connected with food. So it's also another situation where you need to be careful as far as eating, digesting at this time, because again, the sun can be connected with physical related matters. The moon is associated with food. So the thing is, and also too, the moon is also connected with our past. So it can be a situation where you might be dealing, it may be something where maybe your actions may be conflicting with something, um, maybe a person that was prominent in your past at this time. It may be, a situation too where, I mean, the sun again is connected, with what we want, and the moon is our needs. And again, there can be, go and reiterate this, there can be a situation where you might have a conflict with that. The sun is also about our life. And again, the moon being about our past, it can be where the person from the past may be causing some challenges to your own life and being able to do what you want to do in your life at this time. And anyway, now, another way this could manifest and pan out, it could be about children, the biological father. It may cause some adverse emotional reactions at this time. Say, if the moon is in Gemini, as an example, it could be very high-strung, excitable, emotional reactions. You may also at this time be, it could be where they may also, these people, the child or the biological father, may be averse to the unconscious energy you may be expressing. Again, going back to the moon in Gemini, it could be some vicariousness or some ambivalence at this time. And now, the thing about this is the physical issues that, the sun can be about physical related matters, and they might affect at this time the mood, your emotions at this time, or even your safety and security in some cases. Say if um, the moon is in Taurus in the sixth house, as an example, it can be having stability, which is Taurus, in your work, your employment, your daily routine, which is the sixth house. And in some cases too, this might also be expressed in having difficulty in finding the drive and motivation, which is the sun, to fulfill the emotional needs, which of course is connected with the moon. Now, let's say if the moon is in Pisces in the fifth house, as an example, it could be simply maybe the emotional needs might be connected with playing hypothetical, which is Pisces. It could be sports matchups. The fifth house could be about sports, or it may be fantasy, which is Pisces, and games, which is the fifth house. Fifth house is about our fun, amusement, and enjoyment. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, can also be challenging at this time, maybe getting attention from your home, your people, problem your home life, your family, close to home with prominent women, or maybe even just simply getting attention for things that you've done in your home, such as an example like home renovation. Now, say if this is in Scorpio at this time, it could be maybe, say, it might be connected with resourcefulness or recycling. So, say if the sun is in Scorpio, it might be trying to get attention for just simply being resourceful. It might be something with recycling or something you've done with insurance and taxes, transformation. And keep in mind too that the sun again is connected with the biological father. The moon can be associated with the mother. So in some cases it'd be isolated. Well, but there might be a contentious situation with these people in your life at this time. Isolated cases can be a divorce. Um, but I believe that would be more isolated. I would say more like the transit Saturn making an adverse aspect to the natal moon would figure, more would be, you would see a greater propensity for divorce because Saturn is a much longer transit, of course, than the sun, and you may have this transit of the sun making an opposition or a square or an inconjunct to your aspect to your natal moon like 5 times a year or so. So it's like it happens fairly often. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.